Welcome to Adventures in Wonderland version 2. There's been so many changes to this model and the concept in the last 24 hours that it's already time for a new video. And the purpose or the intent of this video is to provide you with a sense of the current thought about the way that these models are going to be wired together inside of Insight Maker and linked to videos to present learning threads. We begin with a model in Insight Maker, and don't pay too much attention to this particular model. It's just an example. It's there so that it's something to talk about. So the model itself is there. It's represented by a number of elements which have relations, and the model itself actually has one or more tags assigned to it when it's created and saved. And Scott's making a change at the moment so that shortly, within a day or two, the tags that are part of this model will show up right here along with the author, and you can click on them and find other models with the same tags assigned. So the model is part of one or more sets of tags. The model itself, let me get rid of this. Each element in the model has a description associated with it, and if you mouse over the elements, you'll notice that a little eye pops up. If you click on that little eye, there is a note attached that describes that element of the model and how it functions in the model itself. Elements may in fact link to other models which represent an elaboration of that particular element of the model. So it can be in fact rather recursive in terms of a model is composed of a set of elements, and some of the elements are in fact models composed of elements. So sometimes it does get a little hard to keep track of, though I've finally figured out how to go ahead and make the elements which are linked to other models rather obvious, because they look like links. They'll be blue and underlined so that when you click on them, they will in fact take you to another Insight Maker model. And there may or may not be a set of references associated with the model, and if you look at the note, there will be one or more links inside of the note that you can click and go to whatever those references are that are supplied. The model itself is likely to have an associated discussion on LinkedIn, and if you click on this button, it will take you to the discussion so that you can go ahead and provide your thoughts about the model itself, or there may in fact be a set of questions presented in the notes for this discussion, the discussion button. As I said, elements of a model can in fact represent an abstraction of a whole nother model itself. So if this particular model represents that elaboration of an element in some other model, one needs a way to be able to link to that more abstract concept. So there may be one or more buttons in the upper right hand corner of the model which won't say zoom out. They'll actually have the label associated with wherever it is that they link to. And once the model is all constructed, it in fact forms the basis for a video with a voiceover, which is what you're listening to at the moment. And when that video is in fact done, it then gets dropped into YouTube, and there is a button provided inside the model itself, and if one clicks on that button, it takes them to that YouTube video, but it takes them to a pop-out view as opposed to being inside of YouTube, so you can resize this as you choose and alter the resolution on the video as you deem appropriate. Additionally, There's a this you usually find one of these in the lower left-hand corner. And what this is because all of these images on here are actually just links to graphics someplace else on the internet. People are changing things all the time, and the links may in fact end up broken. And trying to remember what the images were is next to impossible. So this is simply a snapshot of this particular model at the point that it was thought that it was finished and captured, so that I can simply click it and open it up and see what the model looked like at the time that I thought it was finished last time. Now additionally, and once you, all these buttons over here are maintenance buttons. They're what I use to go ahead and unfold the model, as you have just watched me do. There's one to show the ID number of different elements, one to build buttons, build the buttons that link to other places, and there's also a set of buttons that if you click on the notes button and then say next, it will walk you through a sequence of notes about the model that I thought were a relevant sequence. It may not be every single item in the model, but it's all the ones that I felt were relevant. And if you click all, it will give you all of the notes in the model that you can in fact copy and paste somewhere else if you want to use it for something else. I said that you can take a picture of this, you can take a screenshot, and you can then use it in a web page or a wiki or a blog or wherever, and you may want some of the notes or comments to explain parts of it, so you have access to all of the notes that describe the elements. Now, because these are simply models in Insight Maker, and while you have access to view the model, you don't have access to change any of it. Though if you in fact decide that you want to take this model and alter it or modify it or evolve it for some use that you have for it, all you need to do is click on Duplicate Insight, and that will clone a copy of this model and make it yours, and you can then in fact do what you want with it. So this is the current thought about what the navigation structure is going to look like in real models, and I've got one that's almost ready to go because I've figured out I need to completely redo the enabling of a better world, a better tomorrow series that I had started, so that it's all built in this concept. So there'll be a new discussion and a new video posted shortly. Well, by the time you see this video, it may already be there. So hope this is understandable. And shortly there'll be a new discussion, and you can go and post your comments about this model on that discussion. So take care. Hope this was understandable. Bye.